So these enemies are weird. They're smaller, but you cannot charge them. I mean, you can, but it won't do anything. And here we have the greatest magician of all time, the Great Zamboni.
Who asks the most important question, would you like to see a magic trick?
Would you like?
And the answer is yes, we would.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, the music in 1.0 makes this place a lot more peaceful and relaxing.
It is very ominous and stressful in 1.1.
Yeah. I also do not like the Dino Mines music in 1.1.
All this man.
But we don't actually need his whirlwind power.
Yeah, we will be cheating very soon. But first, we'll want to clear up the gems down here.
Remember, it's not a bug, it's a feature.
The Spyro 3 story.
Yes.
Teacher Bot is my favorite Sparks level.
There we go.
There we go.
That's like the easiest swimming air in the whole game. Now I need to remember where to go up here.
So now we're going to be swimming to places that you normally use Superfly for.
That was a beautiful noise. And we can get Superfly while we're swimming in air, but I believe it gets rid of the swim in air.
That's correct.
And I don't want to grab the thief yet, because I believe that also gets rid of the swim in air.
Yes, that's also correct.
I mean, honestly, if need be, it's not hard to get it again if I need to.
Alright, we are possibly done with swim in air. This is where the route normally drops it, but you can do more with it if you'd like.
Oh, I normally come up here and grab this.
Here.
Yeah, so there's Lloyd, the egg being collected off screen because the game doesn't expect us to be up there.
Alright, so now there is a thief that is a huge pain in the ass to catch if you're flying. Really easy if you're swimming, though. Watch as I miss him now. Okay. Alright, now I'm bad at this, but it's not difficult.
Yes, if you're familiar with Reignited, it's a lot easier to manipulate in the original.
Can you manipulate them in Reignited?
You can hit the same one multiple times by trapping them up against a wall and run up your score that way.
That's
but I
amazing.
believe the actual spawn points are randomized, so you can't just make it so that you never see a gnome and always see moles, which is what we do. Or try to do anyways.
If you come up here, there's a spot you can stand in. And here are some strong-ass moles. And I lost. I don't understand why it took so long for them to start spawning in that little triangle.
You were too far up. You were outside of their spawn range.
Ah.
Yeah, so... Yeah, closer to here is where you're going to get them to start spawning more quickly. And if you play this game, beat it, and get a bunch of the skill points, you unlock an epilogue, and one of the entries in the epilogue is that in Crystal Islands, the moles invent the game Whack-A-Bentley.
I've never seen that, but that's amazing.
Complete with like a still art graphic.
Yeah, thankfully here you can just walk around and Sparks breaks the baskets at the perfect time for them to just hit Bentley. Now it's time for the Slide of Doom. Oh, I should grab the chest first? I don't even know what the chest is right now. Why did I gain extra speed there right at the end? That was weird.
Not sure exactly how it works, but you were right over terrain, so maybe it thought you were lower.
Ah, yeah. Made to the end game, yes. I'll get those beavers after. This slide sucks. There are 2 slides in the game and they both suck.
And it's not so much the slide that's the problem, it's the gem collection during the slide that's the problem. Because you're going fast enough that Sparks can't really keep up. So you have to physically touch most of the gems.
And that's not easy to do. Because of the speed you're going. Meh. I wish there was a way to, like, slow down on this slide.
I think you missed a gem or 2, so that's not really any time loss. Thankfully.
Yeah. You can't even move the camera on the slide. Well, I guess you can center it.
Yeah, that's the gem that we ended up missing, but thankfully it slows down here at the end.
Yeah. And there we go. Hello?
Yeah, the talk area for that egg is very precise.
Yeah. Okay.
Just some cleanup, and then we are done with this level.
I'm pretty sure I have all the eggs here.
I believe so as well.
Well, in theory, it should just be the lockbox. I was wrong. Did it show the old egg message? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it showed 6 out of 6. Also, you'll note that the music has stopped. That's because we got a frame-perfect pause as we tried to mash through the cutscene with the key.
Is that frame perfect?
I believe so.
Nice.
It's close, at least.
See, guys, I'm just a god gamer. I do frame perfect tricks without even realizing it. That's the second time I've done that this run, too.
All right, we have 2 normal levels left, and a speedway and the bonus level, which admittedly doesn't feel like a bonus level.
No, but it's fun.
No.
Hmm?
No.
You don't like it?
It's just Lost Fleet again.
I mean, fair. Except the subs are actually more fun because you get a shit ton of money.
That's true. Alright, we're gonna cheat here.
Alright, we made it to the end of the level.
And-
Cool.
Yep.
I see you. Son.
And one reason that we do this is it opens all of the doors for
I
us.
am
Also, another thing, one of the options was a bandicoot
I've waited.
for the riddle.
Bandicoot is a vessel without hinges,
Yes.
with treasure inside.
One of those dogs.
So I mentioned that we're gonna skip one of the Agent 9 levels. This is the one.
Behind. I'm sorry. Here's the riddle.
So I follow you wherever you go, but the more of me you take, the more you leave behind. I like a giant lizard. That is a great answer for that riddle.
But unfortunately, the game doesn't recognize it as the correct answer that it is, and we have to choose footprints.
Yeah, we gotta kill these. Technically, I guess we don't even have to kill these guys. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, you can even get up, do what we're going to do from the room with the NPC in it. But
I've
this
tried
is
it.
sort
It's
of the
hard.
easy way.
Whee! And we just skipped the entire thing.
Yep, it's a nice skill, nice technique, and this level is really slow to play through normally.
Yeah. Can you actually hit me from up here?
You can, yes, if you're, yeah.
Nice.
If you're not paying attention and you walk along the wall to that end of level portal, you soft lock yourself out of the egg. So it's good that we dropped down when we did.
This is the other slide. Much shorter, much easier.
Here's Malcolm. the spelling of that has changed and reignited to the more traditional Malcolm.
Wait, how was it spelled?
There was no second L in this version.
Oh.
Or in 1.1, it's not like it's fixed there. Yeah, we do skip decent chunks of the game, given that this is full completion. But we are visiting every level. We're visiting every side area, even if we're not necessarily doing it as intended.
Oh, thanks. Fuck. I wanted that. And wake up to night. Well, it's almost done. I love how their faces just fly towards you. So I'm rushing towards a specific minigame that if you played this game before, you may remember as being not fun. Because it can be...
That doesn't change. It's still not fun.
No. Is there a gem there? No. But tanks isn't super difficult in the run. Normally.
We do have a skateboard section to come, but that's not this one. This is the original Battle Royale.
The way that I do this is I just strafe. Because if you strafe, they usually strike with you and you can just shoot them.
Yes, we will not be doing the skateboard racing as intended.
Nope, we're gonna cheese it.
You may...
This is the harder tank one. I think there's 5 guys in the middle.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's correct.
Once all the guys in the middle are gone, it's pretty easy. Because these guys you can just snipe. We forgot this thing existed. I wish I could. And that is tanks.
That...
Whenever we kill those guys, we want to grab another rock that they throw.
That speeds up the level quite a bit because these rocks are the only way to break these sarcophagi, and also the only way to kill the giant stone enemies.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Whoops. I feel like that should have hit.
It did hit. You hit the stone enemy instead.
Yeah, but I wonder if it can hit the stone enemy and the sarcophagus at the same time. But if you do end up killing all the stone enemies before the sarcophagi are gone, there are a few stones that are just out in the middle of the world. And this should be the final room.
I believe we've dropped a gem or two elsewhere in the level, but this is meant to be the final room.
Now, thankfully, I can always go back.
Yes, which, again, if you're coming from Reignited, you get that at the beginning of Reignited. In Spyro 3 OG, you get it halfway through the game.
Yeah.
So you did a very good job collecting gems despite not having it for the first half of the game.
Did I not? I'm pretty sure I killed this guy. Wow. Okay, I did. Where are these gems? Pretty sure I got your gem. I did not.
You killed the enemy, but then ran by the gem.
One more level.
One more normal level.
Yeah. Remember a purple? Nope.
All right, yeah, we have Dino Mines, Speedway, and the bonus round to go.
I don't know why I don't have the Harbor Speedway split on here. The gem count looks weird. What do you mean the uneven numbers?
Yes, because we collect gems in the homeworlds as we go through them rather than all at once.
Yeah.
Which would be a good bit slower. So there's something like 51 gems around Harbor Speedway that we haven't collected yet. Plus a handful of others that we maybe haven't gotten yet in the general vicinity.
Thankfully, this level is rather difficult, but it's not very long. Probably the shortest level in this last world.
Because a large chunk of it's an auto-scroller, I think it ends up being one of the longer ones, but it doesn't feel that way, again, because it's an auto-scroller.
Yeah. Not even a good auto-scroller. Although I think it feels short because it's so linear.
The main level is very short.
Yeah.
You just spend a bunch of time in one of the sub-areas. The side areas, rather.
Also, there's another tunnel that we have to do underwater, like in Seashell Shore. Except this one, we don't have to kill the enemies. We just have to not get blown up, and it's moving in technically four directions instead of just left and right.
Killing the enemies in that is actually a skill point, and it's probably the skill point that I hate the most.
Have you gotten all skill points before?
Yes, that's one of the categories for this, and it's not my favorite.
I don't think I've never seen the epilogue animation. I'll have to look it up. Damn. Okay, I got that, I'm pretty sure. Hello? There you are. So after stream, or after this run, I am hungry, but I'm also tired. And I don't know what I'm more of.
And we still got 25, 30 minutes, so you can decide.
Yeah.
We'll have a bit of time. Hopefully it's a little less than that, but especially with fatigue at the end of the run, it's probably a reasonable estimate.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to snack on in the house, though. You know what? Maybe I'll, Maybe at the start of Super Bonus Round, I'll go preheat the oven and I'll make some fish for snack. Like I mentioned earlier. You have I want pancakes. I hit that box twice. Nope. Not even a sausage or any lunch meat. I have fruit, but I have literally just enough for breakfast and lunches. Fuck! You're not sharing? Aww. Not even cheese. I do have cheese. For those who have never done that tunnel before, the controls are awful. I don't even have any bread in the house. I don't eat a lot of bread. Whoops! Oh, I lived somehow.
The sheriff
Now time for my least favorite minigame in all of Spyro.
So that basket that we just broke is weird. It makes the sound that a basket with multiple gems in it makes.
Yeah,
but
I've
it only
always
has
wondered
one in
why.
it. Presumably during development at some point there were multiple gems in it because it behaves in every way like a multi-gem basket, except that it only has one.
Interesting. Yeah, I just don't like bread. Sometimes I'll get a loaf of bread and I'll have like mixed spam sandwiches or grilled cheese sandwiches or hot dog buns. I'm going to die. There's a dinosaur coming up that can give me a skill point, which is a 1-up. So full health. I really need him. And I missed. Oh. I'll be honest, I don't even own a toaster. Or a microwave. I just like prefer heating stuff up in a pan or in the oven. The oven's great for reheating, actually. Nope. I own a stove, that's it. Well, I have an electric griddle as well, if that counts. I like to cook. A lot. It's fun, and you get to make tasty food. I make the best grilled baked salmon. Okay, got the one up. And we're back at full health for the last area. Fuck your windows. And that's it. Well,
right, we get to go through
what is
some
that?
cleanup.
What?
Just saying we get to go through some cleanup for some gems and one more egg here.
Yep, and then we are all done with the main game except for the last speedway, which is relatively quick.
Yep, not too bad.
Yeah, I just wish Agent 9 moved a little bit faster, and by a little bit faster, I mean like twice as fast. I missed a 5 over here, I think. Or just Sparks grab it. Nope. Good job, Sparks. You keep doing you. Yeah. Should be the last 7 gems.
You do pick up a couple more of the gems if you shoot the baskets during that, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make much of a difference. That gem count is not right.
Where am I missing gems? Ah, up here.
Ah, yes, we went through that area sparksless
Yeah.
around an hour ago.
One time super bonus round? Yeah. So I have a great strategy for this race. Fuck. Fuck. Why do I keep missing?
Probably more effective if you hadn't said the actual strategy earlier in the run.
What was the actual strategy early in the run?
You mentioned that you go off course.
Yeah.
Yes, if you were, say, not here when we discussed that earlier, Spyro 3 has adaptive difficulty. And the idea is a bunch of the challenges become easier the more you fail them. And the races are designed so that if you lose several times, the enemies go less fast. And it's really easy to fail the races by just missing the first ring.
Yeah.
So this legitimately saves a bunch of time if you don't think you can win the race against their full speed, but you can against their reduced speed.
Against the non-blue-footed boobies. Does running in this level actually help?
It's complicated. Running without understanding what you're doing loses time. There's a weird sort of unstated mechanic in these speedways in this game. So we've already talked about the lower you are, the faster you go. That's true in all three games. But each speedway has a different, in Spyro 3, has a different maximum flight speed.
Yes.
In Mushroom Speedway at the very beginning, that speed is pretty low, and charging makes a very big difference. You go a lot faster charging than you do flying.
That almost sucked.
In Harbor Speedway, your maximum flight speed is almost the same as charging, and you lose time entering and exiting your charge. So basically, unless you're charging at the right times and entering and exiting them very well, charging actually loses time in this one.
Interesting. I normally only charge on the ship or on...
Yeah, that's a fairly reasonable one to do.
Sometimes I'll charge here as well. I know if you miss that star, you're losing time.
Yeah, so for perspective, so we're going to win this race at about 2:39, 2:40 for our final time. My chargeless run that just goes through the stars does that in 2:31.
Nice.
So if you're not careful, charging will end up losing you time and potentially the race. But we are off to the time attack, our last of these. No more flight races, we're done with those. And only one more challenge where Hunter fights with a UFO for some unknown reason.
And one that we can be forced to do twice. Nice.
All right, that is 15,000 gems. And
Only 5,000 more.
eggs.
I find the fish hard to get in this level because of how fast you're going.
Where do these...
Yes, that's definitely the case.
So if I get too close to the UFO, then it makes me repeat the lap again.
Yes, and that's a 1.0 specific bug. It's patched in 1.1.
So at some point near the end, I'm gonna kiss the dock for a couple seconds to make sure I don't get too close. There we go. And that is the final normal egg in the game.
Mm-hmm. We just have the bonus round left.
Whoops. So this outside of the bonus sub areas is literally just grab the gems. What the fuck? He just ran on the lava!
Yep, these are broken.
This is the only one that I always have trouble catching. Fuck. That was interesting. Is there a way to get through there early?
Yes, but it requires a damage boost, so on green sparks you probably don't want to.
Yeah, that's fair. And I don't think there's any fodder here, is there?
No, though entering the submarine area does heal you back to normal gold sparks.
Interesting. I think that's all the thieves.
So as you can see, we're entering this area on green sparks. When we leave, we will hopefully see gold. In the meantime, more subs. These do not shoot at us.
The locking on is so frustrating in Spyro 3.
Yeah, subs, if you do the lock-on strats, are very heavily about knowing their paths and staying an appropriate distance away. Not too far, not too close.
You can also technically snipe all of them if you're good enough.
Yes, and it is faster if you can, but not easy.
Yeah, these subs are just annoying. Okay, one more. The most annoying one. Never mind.
There we go.
Now we have the race.
Check it.
The hardest part about this race is the cleanup afterwards. What was that? Anyway, we're totally not gonna cheat. I might actually lose.
This is going to be close.
No, it isn't.
Oh, okay.
But I am gonna have to do a lot of cleanup here. Nice.
Yeah.
And people say the Yeti race is hard.
All it took was some creative cheating.
Yes. Oh, stop zooming into his dick! Oh, wait, I just need to get on the board, never mind. I usually go pretty slow here for cleanup because I don't want to miss anything and have to go another extra lap. So how many gems should I have at the end of this?
I don't know. I do the UFOs first, so my count's different.
Okay. I think I'm just missing one or two more, which is right over here. Sparks, where are you pointing? I don't understand.
I think he's actually pointing at the gems and not trying to trick you in this case, which I know sometimes he does, but I'm pretty sure he's pointing directly at it. We talked about this at the start with Spyro 2, but one of the difficulties with Sparks pointing at gems is when the area is circular or loopy, it can be very misleading where Sparks is pointing. In this case, I do think that Sparks is being accurate.
Yeah, but he's like pointing in different directions. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. This isn't even gonna be sub 12 hours. Damn. So something I like about these, the fireball here is that they have a slight homing effect on the UFOs.
Thank goodness for that.
So you don't need to be super precise with them. What if you touched these? Nothing! Where's the last one?
And sadly, the Sparks Gem Finder does not point at the UFOs, which makes this a little harder.
I don't think I got the one under the bridge. I guess I did.
All right, that's 20,000 gems.
Yeah.
And now we just need the final egg.
Final boss. So timing ends when I deal the final hit on the sorceress. I think it's what, 16 damage?
That sounds right. Looks more like 12.
Well, that's 9.
Oh, if that's 9, then it is 16. All right, coming up on time here.
And time.
And time.
12:01:02. And that is a trifecta. I am very
GG's.
tired. Thank you for the GGs, everybody. Thanks for sticking around for the whole time, Eurubla.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
Yeah. So now I'm a little confused on what to do. Do I just wait until somebody ends the stream, or do I have to end it on my end? But I hope you enjoyed the run. So I don't just do... Yeah, I don't just do speedrunning. I actually mostly do other stuff. Just general gaming stuff. Sometimes I do art. But I always try to have a fun time with people. Get some rest. I need it. Yeah, I think I'm ready to switch off then. Thanks for having me, guys.
Enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Yeah.